It's Labor Day. When is Bitcoin going to start putting in that work? Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boy, CryptoKeeper, here on another Magic Money Monday. It is Labor Day, but we're here to put into work. We have got myself. We've got your boy, the BlockchainCrusader. Was good. And then a special guest. Always love having him on. Keeps us on our toes. The one and only Cryptoface. Face, what's up, brother?
Sorry about that. What's going on, man? I'm shooting the message to my Discord, and I'll post on Twitter, I suppose. You know, I'm just probably a little rusty. I'm the only one here. I don't have magic internet funny to
bounce off
to
of.
give us some actual knowledge.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to work with you today, Face. We're excited about it. Crypto fam, smash the likes if you haven't already. And if you're not following Cryptoface, you probably are. But if you're not, make sure that you're following him. Turn on the bell notifications. Do all the, YouTubian things that we ask you to do. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Just as a reminder, on Sundays, guys, 1 p.m., we passed the 50 subs mark. We've got the Danger Close Alpha podcast live and running. We've gone 2 weeks in a row at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going hard on politics, hard on some conspiratorial stuff. Face, we'll have to have you on there sometime soon, bro. We're definitely on walking the line. We're doing a Danger Close Alpha podcast on Sundays. So effectively, we are talking lots of politics and conspiratorial stuff.
Is it like a different
yeah, it's a different channel.
Totally different channel.
Format? Are you guys gonna be at a round table, or is the same thing, just different channel? Or
well, ultimately we want to bring on guests. The first 2 episodes we did just Crusader and I, but we plan on bringing on guests. We've got some people that we've talked to from TikTok and from YouTube, kind of in the background, that have some big followings that are wanting to come on, that kind of have their niche that they, fall into. And we're just going to be bringing on a number of different people to talk over current topics. We're going to bring on a flat earther, kind of have some questions,
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, so we're gonna have
that'll be a good one.
We've got some good questions for him because
man, what happens if you fly your ass up into space and you see that shit's curved, bro? Like,
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
You need to. Maybe we'll put a little GoFundMe together for a flat earther and rocket his ass out into space and see if we can figure out if this Earth is really flat or not.
Expensive, but
we'll get somebody to pay for it. But yeah,
who's God then? So like, what the fuck do you think about aliens and shit, bro?
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I will say this. I
come from the portal in the North Pole.
I would not consider myself to be a flat earther, but I will say there are some really good arguments that are hard to kind of wrap your mind around when you listen to somebody who is like indeed a flat earther. Have you heard some of the arguments, Face, to this?
I feel like, it's been a long time, but I feel like there was once or twice where I was like, okay, I could, like, there's maybe a couple decent points, but they just get blown away. They just get blown away, like gravity and planes, and snipers have to fucking, like, they're like, oh, if the Earth would curve, you could see the curve. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah.
I got a good one for you. This one I thought was interesting. Navy ships have lasers that they fire out, and they can hit within hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, but these lasers only go straight. They don't curve, right? And they're able to hit and they're able to directly hit these targets from 100 miles away without, they're able to spot, see it on the camera, and hit targets from hundreds of miles away that statistically, when you do the math, you shouldn't be able to see. So there's some interesting things where it's like, okay. And if you ever ask a pilot when you get on a plane, I've done this, why are they 3 degrees nose up for the entire flight, yet we're not flying away from the Earth? They'll give you an interesting response. It'll be something to the effect of, Yeah, I know where
Gravity.
you're headed with this, and I don't really have a good argument for you.
It's called gravity.
What gravity is just pull it. You're just nose up, pulling at the exact curvature of the Earth for the whole flight.
I mean, when if you're shooting a missile or you're flying a plane, yeah, gravity. You may think I'm going straight, but you're
Does the gravity affect the camera
the
lens?
Earth ain't fucking flat, bro.
Does the gravity affect the camera lens that you can see from hundreds of miles away?
Yeah,
I don't know. These are just questions. Hey, listen, I'm not saying I'm a flat earther.
The Earth's big, bro. The Earth's big. Like, how the hell are you supposed to see the curve from where you're fucking standing? How are you supposed to see the curve looking in a microscope from where you're standing? How are you gonna know? Your eyesight. It's
Earth big, bro. Earth big. Anybody that came into the chat recently, welcome. We are not having a flat Earth discussion today. We just kind of fired it off there, talking about our Danger Close Alpha podcast. So smash the like if you're just coming in. We're going to talk about crypto. I promise. Bear with us. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Who was first? Oh, our boy Crypto Billy. Billy said, "Happy Labor Day." Billy, good to see you, brother. We love seeing you at the events. You've been a long-time supporter of the channel. We love you. Glad that you're here. Finney Mazda in the house. Patriot Caveman. Patriot Caveman has a t-shirt coming his or her way. That was who won the t-shirt contest, right, Crusader?
Yeah, he did. We are in contact with him through Twitter.
We're pumping up the views. We're pumping up the views. I got my people coming in. Thanks for
There
showing up, folks. It's Labor Day. We're just hanging out today. I only got like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. Then I got to hop in the shower and I got shit to do. But
no worries, bro. We just wanted to do a little chill,
a little longer.
Little chill session, so no worries. Let's start off. Let's just take a look at the markets and then Face. I want to kind of get your input on what's happening with, macro markets, commodities, all that good stuff. All right, so the global crypto market cap is at 1.04 trillion with a T dollars. That's down 0.16%. Guys, it's the weekend and it's Labor Day. There ain't anything happening. We're 25,883. ETH's at 1629, rolling through the top 10. Not really any movers whatsoever. There's a number of things that are up a very small amount and a number of things that are down a very small amount. Crusader, before we ask Face to give us a little TA love here and tell us what's going on with the markets, what's your overall sentiment on kind of things, how things have been recently?
Yeah, dude, I think we covered it yesterday in the episode, right, with Bitcoin. Where it's at right now, it's at a value area low for the year. If we lose that support of 25,600, give or take, we're heading lower. We broke out of that massive regression trend that we were on the up and up for. We retested it. We got rejected once again. So unless something amazing happens here and we have a holiday miracle coming up, I don't see us going up.
Well, that's what we brought Face on for. Face, before we dive into Bitcoin specifically, we all know that the stock market, commodities, all that kind of leads the way. Talk to me about what you're seeing in those markets. I know you definitely pay attention to them.
I haven't really been paying attention to the standard markets lately. I have been this past like month, I think month and a half, I've been cracking some really good trades back to back. Let me pull up my screen.
Bitcoin trades, ETH trades, something else?
No, I mean just Bitcoin. I entered a short today. We're a little too Miller. But I'm watching a little closely. One thing I posted to my people, this is Bitcoin on the 4 hour, is this pattern right here. Seen it a million times with Bitcoin, and pretty sure pretty much every time, maybe 9 out of 10 times, it's a bearish pattern, and it either plays sideways and down or just kind of goes down. So and that was that's it, wobbly and a boop, and then bam, it has like a hammer. It'll repeat that like 3 more times on maybe it'll be like a smaller one right here, and
then a little pump.
Maybe it'll be a bigger one on like a bigger time frame, but it'll do it in like similar time frames. It actually almost kind of almost like did it right here if you want to zoom in a little bit. Kind of similar right there. And so
that actually almost looks, if you zoom in on that Face, that almost looks exactly the same as both of those pumps almost look exactly the same if you zoom in on those. The little pump and the big one.
typically, I like to say Bitcoin's favorite number is 4. But yeah, typically when we see this pattern with Bitcoin, it kind of goes sideways and then down. But yeah, been playing just been playing the shorts, to be
Is
honest.
this a
Where are you
short term?
shorting it
Is
to?
this a short? Yeah, is this a short term short, or are you looking a little bit longer term on this one?
It depends. I am watching this one a little closer. You know, it's funny because everyone likes to say that well, there was the article. JP Morgan came out with the article today or yesterday. Let me see if I can pull it up real
I
quick.
actually have it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm on like CNBC. I can't find it. But anyways, JP Morgan says that the ETFs it can come out real soon, and everyone's like, oh, the ETFs will come out this week. Yeah, but when they say something bearish, no one wants to believe them. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if it is, I am watching it a little bit just to make sure. You know, I'm not going to step away from this trade and not have like a good stop in if something happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
it
check this
certainly
out.
could be
Face.
set up for failure. I think we're kind of just right in the zone. Did you have something to say?
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I was just saying that they literally were saying, hey, the Bitcoin ETF could be, you know, approvals more likely, but in the article they're talking about how effectively like it's not going to make a difference, and we can't believe anything they say. Every time they've told us one thing, it has an ulterior motive. It seems like, and goes the other direction. So I think it's an interesting, you know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, like, you know, man, what if the ETF came out and it was like the same thing, like with the Ripple pump, you know, when they won the court case, came back down.
Oof.
Man, if the ETF news came out and Bitcoin was like, man, that would be
People
that
get
would be pretty
wrecked
rough.
on that.
One thing I'm definitely keeping my eye on that kind of confirmed was Ethereum on the 1 month. Let me pull the market side for A. Bada boom. And on standard candles, we did have a blood diamond confirm for the month. A nice
On
Like a
ETH?
outwardly
monthly.
curvature VWAP coming
Oof.
to the downside, momentum increasing to the downside,
Ooh.
money flow obviously overall to the downside as well. And so with Bitcoin, it doesn't look as bad on the monthly, but it's really similar. And so, but yeah, this
How low can you see ETH dropping without blood diamond on the monthly? Because I don't think we get a lot of those, right?
I have no idea. I don't know. That all depends on. I can't make those guesses. I used to be able to
But it
make
doesn't
those
happen
guesses,
often, right? It doesn't
but
happen very often, right? On the monthly.
I don't know. Like I was able to predict Bitcoin when Bitcoin was 6-8 grand. I said it was going to be 45,000 April, May 2022, 2.5 years in advance. Nailed it. Now I can honestly, I have no idea. And so I don't know. I don't know.
Do you are you not as solid in terms of where you think things are going because of the macroeconomic issues that we have going on, combined with the possible ETF approvals and like other things that are happening? Or why do you feel like maybe you're not as solid as you felt like you were before, or as sure of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a mixture of everything. It's a mixture of everything. In fact, actually, you know what? Let me pull up.
Let me ask you a follow-up question to that too. That blood diamond, how severe is that when you see one of those come up on market?
Well, I mean, it's a big time frame. I mean, on Ethereum, well, shoot, let's see here. I mean, just on Bitcoin, this is what the weekly. I mean, that's a weekly time frame. It's like happened once with Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. That was pretty rough. If we go to ETH, let's see here. Standard candles. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. You know, it could be pretty bad. My theory was like, okay, let's say it's I was measuring basically like the length. Like, let's say it's the dip of momentum is like similar to this, right? And if you measure that, that's 366 days, 265 days, almost a year. Maybe it starts coming a little bit earlier. And so I don't know, my kind of bank on that, even if it's like not as bad. Let's say if maybe it's just like this, and then it kind of keeps going. You're on a monthly time frame, you measure it, that's another year, which does match up with the 4-year cycle kind of theory everyone has. I'm not like a big 4 cycle believer, even though 4 is the favorite number of Bitcoin. So I guess I kind of should be, and it's followed it. It's just so many damn chips are in the air, man. It's I don't know, shit's just really chaotic right now. India is supposed to be our ally, with all this, and then BRICS and all this stuff. Like India in the face against China and Russia, India was supposed to be our fallback ally, and they just, they took off in a second.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, man. I think a lot of it's going to have to do with the election. In fact, the biggest the Bitcoin halvings are all on election years. 2016, 2022, 24. My most profitable, not my most profitable, but it was my best trade of that year was the night that Trump lost, and we shorted the hell out of everything. What was that, November 2020?
Oh, the market's dumped hard,
big time hard. And that's where are we here? Let's see here. It's May 20th. Man, time goes by.
You're probably looking forward to I think almost no matter who wins this, this next election, I'm thinking that we're going to probably get some sort of chaos from it, which could result in a dump afterward.
You say no matter what happens?
I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be so many pissed off people that we're so divided right now. We talk about it a lot, right? We're so heavily divided that I think that Republicans, if a Democrat were to win, they're going to be so scared that the economic policies are going to continue to go in the way that they've been going, and things are just going to get worse and worse and worse. You could get a dump from it. On the other side of it, people would just be so incredibly pissed off if Trump were able to run and won, that you get the same exact result as you did before. I don't know. Just obviously, I'm just speculating. But
so I'm looking at sugar right now. This is very interesting. I've been playing commodities. I love commodities.
Yeah.
Haven't looked at them for a while, probably like a month, maybe even more. This is sugar on the weekly, and man, I don't think I've ever really even seen something like this before. So this is like the fight of inflation. So the price of sugar has gone up 30, 40, 50% since November 2020. You guys have heard me say that a million times. August, November, boom. So it's 111%. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's gone up 120%. My Lord. Now sugar was kind of like it was kind of pulling back. It's been coming back up. It's curving up. Man, I think my drumsticks are going to be getting even smaller. We got like a little Head and Shoulders on the VWAP wave right here. This is an insane curvature on the flow, on the money flow. I don't even think I've ever seen this before. This we could see like
some really small drumsticks.
This could be like we've taken a break and now there's like another wave of pain coming. If the price of sugar keeps going up again and has another like breakthrough, that's not good for that. That's not good for the people, American people, poor people, rich people, unless they have sugar. They're sugar people. Right. So that's I'm gonna be keeping my eye on that. I don't know why hang on a second. Why is my shit doing this here? Hang on. Man, I hate when people like message me when they know I'm streaming and shit, messing up my shit.
There is a lot of drama obviously happening across everywhere, whether it's politically, whether it's crypto, whether it's whatever. We started to talk about JP Morgan earlier and how they've been so flip-floppy. They flip-flop back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Crusader, how do you when you see JP Morgan come out now with, you know, news that, hey, this isn't going to change anything, right? That's what they said in the article, that it won't change anything if the ETF, the spot ETF gets approved. How do you view an article like that?
I view it as a delay of the inevitable, right? I think it's hard to believe that it won't change anything if spot ETFs work the way that has been explained to me, with pensions, with 401ks, with all kinds of retirement funds, and money just constantly being fed into it and being transversed like that in the traditional finance system. I find it hard to believe that it won't change anything for Bitcoin. I mean, look how far Bitcoin has come without it,
Without it.
right? Without like massive traditional finance. And I understand there's always the possibility, right? Traditional finance can all be a big Trojan horse to then just short the hell out of Bitcoin. But I don't know, man. I just feel like I think everyone sees the writing on the wall with what's happening with fiat and what's happening with central banks, and everyone wants an alternative. And I believe hedge funds want an alternative too.
Let me
Um,
I want to kind of Diggy Dale Jr. off that if you don't mind.
Piggyback, piggy tail. Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen on the Dixie right now. So years ago, when Trump was in office, China was pushing their currency down. The dollar was high, and so it was good to own American debt, because if you own American debt and the dollar is high, it hurts us with the dollar. Our debt costs us more. As the dollar has been taking a dump, China, and I never no one ever expected this. China is dumping like U.S. Treasury bonds.
Yes.
It's like Armageddon.
A hundred
the
something billion.
Saudis dumped like 114
So now that
billion,
the
right?
dollar is going down, the owning American debt sucks. But looking at the Dixie, I'm looking at this Dixie here, and this is bearish for Bitcoin. If the Dixie and the dollar goes up and Bitcoin goes down, most of the time they've been inverse. Not all the time, but like 9 out of 10 days it is. So on the weekly here on the Dixie, what this reminds me of is it always reminds me of Ethereum in a bull market. Or just any crypto or anything in the bull market. Money flow comes up real green, it comes back down, and momentum holds this support, and then it comes back up again. And we're seeing this momentum kind of hold here. RSIs are kind of changing. I'm thinking the Dixie. If we zoom in, go to the 3-day, for example, nice little money flow curvature here. It's a little gap. So I'm thinking we might see the Dixie kind of fight a little bit here. Zoom in and enhance. Actually, everything I said was a lie. I was totally wrong. I'm a fucking asshole. Just kidding. No, even the daily says kind of the same. It says the same thing as you enhance it. So, yeah, man.
China, the Saudis, Brazil, obviously all the BRICS nations are bonding together, coming together. We talked about it yesterday, and effectively formed what feels to be like a coup against the United States in the form of doing things like dumping U.S. treasuries and messing with our debt, not using U.S. dollars for oil, and all of that's happening. Oil has been something, I think, in the past phase. There was a comment that was asking how you had done. It was actually Crypto Billy. He was asking like how you had done as it relates to oil trading. Is oil trading? I know you said you had kind of stayed away from commodities recently. With all of this information that's coming out as it relates to what the Saudis are doing, what's happening with the BRICS nations, whatever, are you sitting on your hands as it relates to oil, or is oil something that you're also paying attention to?
In the meantime, just want to quickly remind everybody, let's
Shit,
get
I
us to
was on mute.
10K, guys. Let's get to
My
10K.
bad.
Let's smash that
So
sub.
I got CL pulled up on here. The light crude oil futures. So I'll tell you, I was an oily boy. The canary in the coal mine is an oily bird, even when he screeches on time. And so, I did good with oil. I could have done better. I could have taken more profits. I got I made money on oil. I made good money. I could have made more. Anyways, that being said, that was just in the play up. That being said, it's had a lot of time to cool off. And these Arabs, we got to keep an eye on them. You know what I'm saying? And we have a nice little curvature kind of coming back. We've had beautiful consolidation. It's starting to curve. We have nice little momentum forming, some nice green dots down here, nice little money flow curvature. RSI's pumping. It might be a little gapped right now, but it's starting to fire a couple pistons. I think we're going to see, just like sugar. I think this looks like some pain coming, man. This looks like Christmas time pain. Pain is coming. We're starting to ask what happened to the money with Ukraine. Hawaii's fucking on fire. Oh, what happened to the money? Ukraine's losing in the war. He's replacing Zelensky just replaced his general or some shit. And we're starting to throw hands in the air. It's gonna be time to ring the bell tolls. Time to ring it's dinner time.
Yeah.
And everyone's ass is for breakfast.
Speaking of trouble, I don't know if you heard about this one, but Stake just lost $40 million in an apparent hack. Their funds were drained from a wallet belonging to the gambling platform in an apparent hack. The company insists customer funds are safe. So if you look into this, I actually had a question about this. So there's a popular betting platform, Stake, that lost around $40 million in funds, the expert said today. As you read into this article, they kind of play it off as if, hey, listen, all customer funds are safe. We have funds set aside for issues like this. They brought in almost $3 billion in revenue last year. But let me ask you something I asked Crusader earlier, Face. How can they afford or justify, maybe not afford, how do you justify paying someone like Drake $100 million a year to promote this platform? Do you feel like they actually get their money's worth on something like that? Would you assume that they would?
Well, Stake is
they're one of the largest betting platforms in the world.
Big casino,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
and gambling ain't cheap.
Facts.
You can't go to Vegas with $1,000 anymore, or even a couple grand. Gambling and sports betting is absolutely skyrocketing. It's becoming legal as far as the United States. It's becoming more legal every day.
Yeah.
Hell, we're going into production on $1 Million Weekend, actually, for the show that I'm part producing in, all about reality of big money sports betting. So absolutely, they can afford it. And Drake loses his ass, although they might be shuffling his money back to, hopefully not. But yeah, they can afford it. 40 million ain't shit. They'll be all right. They're raking in the bread. You think about all these, God, everyone's just looking for other ways to make money right now, man. I have one of my best friends. He's a chef, and in the restaurant industry, the food industry, you really don't make shit unless you're a server or an owner of multiple restaurants. Restaurant food and beverage is a tough, harsh business. Cooks don't get any tips. It's like, how come the servers get all the tips? How come they don't tip Jorge and fucking Anthony back there cooking and shit? It's messed up. Anyways, so he comes from a nice family. His dad is one of the is amazing attorney. And his passion is food and being a chef, but he don't make shit. And so one time, when he sees me betting, he'll do little sports bet. And one time he went on a roll, bro. He got something like the DraftKings free like $25, and he flipped it into 20 grand.
Damn.
And he was telling his dad, he was like, I can do this. I'm going to be doing this. He was betting on tennis, betting all kinds of stupid
This
shit.
is going to end bad.
And he fucking lost it all.
Yeah.
And so the point is, everyone right now is trying to make an extra buck.
Yeah.
And sports betting, gambling is bigger than ever right now. So yeah, they got the money.
Yeah.
You know what? We need an extra like. We got 200 people in here. We only got 68 likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's smash those likes. Come on.
We can do better than that for sure. All right.
Come on, it's Labor Day. You know, let's be thankful for what we have. Thank you, 200 people.
That's right.
Thank you.
We're thankful for all of them being in here. We'll be even more thankful if they just take that extra second to smash that like. We just want to be a little extra thankful today. Okay. Crypto fam. Yeah, we see what's happening. The writing seems to be on the wall with the markets. I want to ask you, Face, do you think that we have I think I probably know your answer on this, but do you think that we have a lot more pain in between now and next May, next April?
Yeah, man. You know, it don't matter what happens. Pain, we're gonna have pain.
Stock market
like
as well.
Fredo said in Godfather, it ain't the way I wanted it. You know.
So you're saying is I should open a short right now and just short everything straight to zero.
I don't know. You know, like I said, hey, maybe ETF comes and everyone's getting hella excited. Every single pump, everyone's getting more excited. I mean, Insta bull market. The bull market is on. Like these YouTubers don't even give a shit anymore. That they don't even care if they're right or wrong anymore. It's just bull market now. No one's keeping track because nobody's watching. Not like before. Like it's like everyone's in the same boat right now. We don't really have these outsiders. So right now it's just like fuck it. Call it the bull market. Say it's the bottom. Because if it does end up being the bottom, then you're going to be like, I told you so. I told you so a year ago when they were wrong. They've been wrong this whole fucking time. I've been right. I'm the one who said it was 64K is the top forever. We're 1 year away from me being right. I said if I was right after 4 years, that's forever to me. And it's probably going to be longer than that.
Have you seen Tom Crown, our good friend of the channel? Have you seen Tom Crown every single day on Twitter? He says I don't even know what he's at. He's at day 200 and something right now. Day 262 of calling the bull market until I'm right. Have you seen this?
Yeah, at least he's honest about it.
Look, quick follow-ups, Face. Quick follow-up. You said that, so you're saying that you think 64K is the all-time high. We're never going to break that again?
Well, it can't be because we got to 69.
Well, whatever the number was.
What I'm saying is,
you're putting the man in the corner.
It's to me, it's actually probably more a probability. When's the last time that everyone's been right about something? You know what I'm saying?
You're referencing the fact that everyone thinks there'll be a new all-time high.
God,
listen, I know that that's why I said, listen, the whole reason why I'm saying 64K top forever is because nothing is invincible. We thought we thought MCI WorldCom was invincible. We thought Enron was invincible. We thought fucking AOL, and if Bitcoin was the only one, then it's a different story. But the greed is kind of what kills it. Why would these guys want to? Why buy Bitcoin? If you're an investor, why would I want to buy Bitcoin when I could just make my own shitcoin and make buku bucks, or something in between? It's I hope I'm wrong, and I know if the day comes or when the day comes, even if it's 10 years from now, we're at 64K. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, listen, if I'm right for 4-5 years, I consider that the top forever because it's crypto time and you can all My balls.
And the dot. Hey, listen, you could also, pivot a little bit, and you could be like, well, I mean, now we've got inflation's continued to kick in. So what really is 64K? You know what I mean? So you could play with that a little bit too.
Yeah, I think I was watching your friend Sami, my friend Sami. I call him Sami. He's been in my community forever. He's got a YouTube channel.
Mhm.
He's like a gay Australian kid guy. He's funny as fuck. He's a great dude. But he has like a theory that there would be a fake like that we wouldn't hit 100K on the next bull run. He had some type of chart where like goes up and either it's below 60K or goes like 80K then down. But listen, here's what I'm gonna say. When it's happened twice since I've got in, where when you go out to dinner and you hear Litecoin, shitcoin, Dogecoin, I mean, I wasn't that was happening, was it not?
Yeah.
When, when you guys would go out to dinner anywhere, you heard people talking about crypto, shitcoins. When you hear that, it is time to start shaving down. It really is, dude. It really is. Like that means that we're the Richter scale's going. You know what I'm saying? So if that shit happens again,
So how would they? So let me ask you: if you think the ETFs are going to get approved, just so that I can wrap my head around this, just with that kind of thesis, if all of this money starts piling in trillions of dollars, effectively to the markets, how are they going to play that? How are the big institutions that are playing this game against each other, this never-ending game of who can short who can make money off of who? How are they going to keep the price action low if all of this money comes in?
What that's what it is for them is it's merely a product that they know a lot of dumb people. That's how they view us. I'm just listen. I'm not saying
I agree.
We're dumb people. I'm just saying I'm the.
So just continue to use us as exit liquidity.
I want to say something really funny, but I don't want to get anybody in trouble. There's going to be a slightly funny racist thing I was going to say, but I won't say it.
Keep us off the radar. But you're saying effectively they'll just continue to use us as exit liquidity. Pump, dump, pump.
Yeah, well,
dump,
they don't
pump,
really
dump.
care about it's not that they care. These institutes don't give a shit about Bitcoin. What they do like is having new products to package and sell. And it's an easy package. It's an easy thing to sell. Crypto is an easy thing to sell. And listen, I love being able to send money anywhere, anytime, any place easily. It's so amazing. And so, I'm if Bitcoin never goes past 64K again, it's not the end of crypto. Like, yeah, it's okay. And again, I hope I'm wrong, but the point really of me saying it was like, just protect yourself. And it was really, I hope people protect themselves.
Diversification.
Brutal world out there, especially now, and especially when it comes to investments and shit. And people can get carried away. And you get in these echo chambers and shit.
Well, I give you props for even being willing to say that out loud, Face, because you are the only person that I have heard say that for sure.
Yeah, I'm taking all the risk. I'm the one taking all the risk, saying forever. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I've seen my family. I've seen what happens when you go majority or almost all in on something and it goes bust. And I've seen and I've lived through that.
Yeah.
So
Crypto fam, we're just talking about being, safe, risk management here, paying attention to the fact that there is more outcomes than just one. We do want to see, I know Face wants to see these markets just absolutely explode. Why would people not want to see these markets explode? But what he's ultimately saying here is don't put all your eggs in one basket, because the reality is these markets are never sure. You don't know what's going to happen day to day. We don't know who's going to be launching nukes at who. We don't have any of that information. So let's just call it like it is, right? What were you going to say, Crusader?
I was going to ask Face, do you think we can break the current Bitcoin bottom, that 15K level?
Like, can we go below it?
Yeah, like, do you think is it possible that we're gonna head there first before we actually start pumping back up, right? 'Cause everybody's
Yeah,
calling
it's
the halving's
possible.
coming,
I'd
the
say,
ETFs are coming, we're gonna go to 40K, right? The bull market's coming, but nobody's talking about going down below 15.
yeah, I mean, I would say it's possible. It's possible. I I uh I try not to concern myself too much with it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like the question everyone fucking asks and shit.
I'm just asking because I want to, if it's possible, I want to short it from here all the way down there. So
Oh yeah, it's
I just want to get
possible.
in my short
It's
early.
possible.
I mean,
Listen,
the reality is, Face, you make your money trading, so you're probably a lot like Magic. And he says, "I don't give a shit what the price is."
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
I
that's
mean,
really that's like when it like yeah, that's what I was yeah, I
That's right.
mean,
That's what I'm trying to get out of you, Face. I'm trying to get a trade out of you. Tell me, where am
I'm
I
trying to get a
shorting this
live
thing
trade
at?
out of you,
man.
bro.
Okay, I'll tell you, these guys be doing these. It's listen. There's some really smart traders out there that are on YouTube, and I know some, but I feel like it's kind of like a cop out on some of these hella long term things. Like, see, this is a 2 year long play. It's like, well, shit, man. Okay, that was hard. That was a real hard one to fucking say I was right about that from a year ago. Give me a break. I'd be in and out in this bitch in a day, sometimes a week, and so I'm in this bitch. I'm count your blessings. Um
Count them.
I gotta go
Yeah,
shower
bro.
my stinky booty.
Now,
But I
dude, thank
enjoyed
you for
being
coming on,
here,
guys.
and
If you're not
thanks for
following
making me
CryptoFace,
do this.
dude, I
And
appreciate you for coming on as always, bro.
but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'll
But
be
I don't
waiting for
know,
that
man.
text
That
message,
sugar, that
Face.
oil, that Dixie. I don't know, dude. It might kind of be a shitty Christmas, man. Maybe not. Like I said, maybe this ETF shit could swing us, but I mean, man, they if they reject it again, they're just taking another look. They just think the judge or whatever the fuck, whoever Garrett Gensler was a little crooked. That don't mean anything. But like I said, the institutions are on our side only because they want to sell us a product
Because they can
and
play
they
us.
know that there's so many people they could sell it to. That's it.
Yeah.
And then fuck us. And then fuck you really good. Fuck you in the ass.
Oh my god. All right, Face, dude. We appreciate you. Hey, shoot me
was for
that text. Shoot me
Daniel,
that
whoever the
text when
hell
you
was
give me the
hosting.
Yeah,
Sorry
bro.
for
Shoot
your
that
family
trade
channel
over in
stuff.
that
All right.
text message.
Happy Labor Day. Thank you
All right,
guys. I'll
bro.
see you later,
Nah,
man.
bro. Take it easy.
Peace, man.
Crypto fam, that is CryptoFace, the one and only, always keeping us on our toes in the house. Make sure to smash that like if you haven't already. It's Labor Day. We figured we come on, say hello, see how everybody was doing. Normally on Mondays and Thursdays, Mondays are more altcoin centric. Thursdays are more Bitcoin centric. If you haven't been watching us before, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. And then on Sundays, we do kind of a weekly wrap up. But I think we're about to go back to streaming every single day. So
now I'm free.
I'm about to go hard, bro. So, hey, kind of to wrap this up, what do you think? How many people in the chat right now, right? And a lot of these are CryptoFace's people, right? How many of the people in the chat right now are losing their mind over hearing someone who's done so well in the crypto markets say we're never going to see Bitcoin pass 64K again?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure a lot of people.
My hodl bags are
worried
screaming
about
at me right now, bro. They're pissed.
Okay. I'm sure they are very pissed at seeing that Bitcoin might not him saying that, right? I mean, it's definitely frustrating, not because we want Bitcoin to be the up and to the right only thing forever,
No.
but it just makes sense that if it is hard money, that it outperforms and it continues to move up as fiat and all these other assets fail. By the way, guys, I dropped the link to our Danger Close Alpha podcast where we're streaming every single Sunday, politics and every other conspiracy theory stuff out there, and just some hardcore real life situations around the world events that are happening with Russia, Ukraine, China, all kinds of things. So make sure you guys go over there and hit that sub button on there and stay tuned for that show as well.
Check this out. Homeboy says, I'm 100x long as we speak. I mean, get it, son. I mean,
hey, think about it. I heard this from Lifer. There's people in his group that go like 150. I think there's a platform that lets you go close to 200. And what they do is they put in $1 at the highest amount of X leverage that
But
they
a
can
lot
get.
of the platforms won't let you put $1. They'll let you put 10 or something. But in any event,
Whatever.
Okay.
$1, $10, like
Right,
literally
whatever.
nothing,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The smallest amount possible,
Okay.
right? Insignificant amount, and then
Okay.
they wait for the trade to work, right? If it doesn't go their way, they double down, right? They buy another $10 or whatever it is until the trade goes their way, and then it explodes in the right direction, and boom, and they cash out. Dude, I heard that from him on his live stream. Or was
Dave
it on his
Digital
live
says
stream?
225x on MEXC. Dude, it only needs to move 0.5% at that, and you're liquidated.
Whoa, but you're only betting $10. You're betting $10 to
get it.
possibly make a ton of money.
What do you mean a
right?
ton of money? A $10 to make 2250?
2250, dude. What if you catch one of these moves?
Oh, if you
that
catch
Bitcoin
a 10%
moves up
move or
to,
something, is what you're saying?
Yeah, let's say Bitcoin moves 1%, 2%. You catch it, dude. You're betting $10 to catch a 2% move on Bitcoin at 200x leverage. You're making money.
Yeah.
You're making money. Well, long story short, that's not something I've ever done. I've only heard him say it, and he was explaining, he was breaking it down how there's people dedicated to just doing that, and it works.
Look, Billy said Lifer had a 200x live. So I tried to click it. Hold on. Billy said Lifer had a why is it not letting me click? There we go.
There it is.
A 200x last night live.
Oof.
We need to try that sometime, bro. Just for shits and
dice,
giggles,
baby.
Just to have some fun. And obviously, hey, we're never here to give financial advice. Running up leverage like that is quite possibly the dumbest thing you could ever do, unless maybe this strategy in particular works for people. Here's the funny thing is that the platforms allow you to do this, understanding the fact that even if you do that, so many people are going to lose $10, $10, $10, $10, that it is insanely profitable for them. So they're like, hit it, go for it.
Yeah,
and when
you still need to know. You still need to know what you're doing, right? Because if you're just saying, "Well, I'll just keep," I don't know anything about trading. I'm just going to throw $10 in at 100x or 200x leverage. If you lose $10 10 times, you lost $100.
Yeah.
Right. And that can happen very quickly in one single day. You can lose 10 trades quickly, especially at such high leverage. Instantaneously goes the wrong way. You lost your money. So you still need to know exactly when to jump in and when to jump out to make these trades profitable.
Mr. Kaiser said, I use 200x. What does it say? Hold on. Mr. Kaiser. And thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate every one of you. You could be anywhere on Labor Day and you're hanging out with us. I use 200x to de-risk to open another trade. That's an interesting strategy. There's so many interesting strategies that we've heard from people. I have not heard this one, right? And I've never even thought to do it because I feel like I would get liquidated so fast unless you just flat out get lucky. And when you do get lucky, I hear what you're saying. You're saying when you do get lucky, you get lucky, right? Because what I was saying was a 225% move. You were saying a 225x or 200x. I was not putting the math wasn't mathing. With 250 comment. I was thinking 225%, not 225x. So, at any event, Crypto Fam, we love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. We touched on some of the grayscale thing with as it relates to JP Morgan. They're full of it as always. You got Stake losing $40 million. The one thing that we didn't touch on that I just want to touch really quickly is the educational awareness in the crypto space. There was an article, just briefly, I want to touch this because I think it's important, that was basically saying that crypto can be the gateway to better financial literacy, says university researchers. I'm not actually going to read this article, but I'm going to kind of surmise it for you. Effectively, what it was saying was that when they interviewed a ton of people about the crypto space, and I want to get your take on this, Crusader, they interviewed a lot of people and asked them, how many of you have lost money? And why do you believe that you lost money? And they said that 10 to 15% of the people that they interviewed had lost money due to some sort of scams, right? And so what the article to me read was that it's helping people to be more financially literate because they're starting to learn, hey, I need to know these platforms better. I need to know what I'm actually doing. I need to be educated. I need to know what to click, what not to click. And that ultimately, because there is so much BS out there in the space, it kind of forces people into really learning about financial literacy. Do you agree with that? Or do you think that this is just another reason to write a freaking article?
I think that crypto is an interesting thing that can really help a lot of people get financial literacy, right? Because that's what happened for me, I had no financial literacy before I got into crypto. Right? I read the Bitcoin standard. I started to realize what money really was, how it was manipulated, what's hard money and what's fake money, and then you start getting a better understanding. Yes, crypto is complicated, right? You have addresses, and you got to make sure the address is right. You got all types of links and scams that you shouldn't be clicking on, and you got to be careful because you can get hacked. But that's the digital age, right? The digital age is just in general, the internet is a dangerous place, and you have to be careful whenever it is. Even if you're not in crypto, you click a link that you're not supposed to, they can wipe out your bank account, right? Because you probably pay all your bills online and your passwords are there, right? They get a keylogger into your computer and they get all your bank account information, and then you get your bank account wiped out. So even if you're not in crypto, links in the internet are dangerous in general. The internet is a complicated place, especially with crypto, right? The addresses thing is very unuser friendly for people to be understanding how to send an address, what is an address, make sure that it's the right one, doesn't get changed in any kind of way, that they're sending the right asset to the right address, right? Because if you have an Ethereum address and you're sending Bitcoin, boom, that Bitcoin is gone. You lost it forever. There's no customer service you can be calling to get that back. So there are those little tricks and tips, and those are just part of the technology being so young that it's not that user friendly just yet. Just how the internet was when it first started back in the 90s, early 2000s. Websites, look how far websites have come. How applications on your phones have become more and more friendly. So I think it's one of those things that just takes time to evolve to a more user friendly base for people. But I believe crypto in general leads people into a deeper financial literacy that they never had before.
I agree. And I also think that if you're really diving into crypto, it forces you to pay attention to other things worldwide. There are things that I pay attention to now that I didn't pay attention to before. When I got into stocks originally, before I ever got into crypto, it started opening me up to recognizing that, you know, things in the political, it's what kind of pushed me towards some of the political space, because I realized that, hey, some of these decisions that are being made for me absolutely affect my money. My dad used to tell me growing up how important it was to vote and this, that, and the third. And as a business owner, you need to pay attention to this because it matters. And I never really understood why or how until I owned my own business and realized, oh my gosh, he was so right. And so I think in that regard too, so crypto, which is still attached to stock market, commodities, etc., kind of forces you to pay attention to macro markets, which forces you to pay attention to also what's happening, depending on if you're just strictly a trader or if you're paying attention to, you know, the news and whatnot. It forces you to pay attention just kind of worldwide, what's happening, get a temperature check of what's happening. And then if you truly can understand all of that, it gives you that little bit of an edge, or at least gives you a leg to stand on and gives you that comfort when you do enter into, whether it's a trade or it is just a long-term hodl position or whatever the case may be, you have some financial standing, like some financial understanding of why you did it. When people ask us, Crusader, well, why would you, you know, why are you in crypto right now? The markets are down and this, that, and the third. We can give a very well and eloquent, you know, discussion on why, when, where, what, how, you know, all of that, because we understand where we believe these markets are going, what's happening worldwide, what's happening political, etc. If you don't have any of that, you're just like, well, a guy told me at a restaurant that it was going to go up. So, I mean, it's got to be right.
Dogecoin to the moon, baby.
That's right. The Dogecoin millionaire that is now worth $50,000. So
hey, man,
that's
something. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Crypto Billy. He's been a member for 8 months supporting the channel. Right, guys? If you want to support the channel, you guys want to become a member, really greatly appreciate it. Yeah. And Crypto Billy, and by the way, Kenton is also been a long-term supporter of us as a member here as well on the channel. So guys, if you don't guys have a membership, you want to support the channel, hit that membership button and help us out. We greatly appreciate it.
We appreciate it, Crypto fam. We love you guys. Like we said earlier, you could be anywhere on a Monday afternoon, which happens to be Labor Day, but you're hanging out with us. I hope everyone has had a great day. Hey, be safe out there. If you are drinking, please don't drive. There's a little thing called Uber. Make sure to figure out where you're getting and how you're getting there, and be safe about it. Have some fun with your friends and family. And just remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's out.
We'll see you soon.